Good evening, welcome to the Glazov Gang. Tonight we have again the Glazov Gang Dream Team, but with a new Glazov Gang member. Our guests tonight, Rob Nelson, former Fox News talk show host. He is back by popular demand. Our new Glazov Gang member, Brandelynn Turner. She's a political activist and so much more, and she will tell us a little bit about that. And back also by popular demand, constant gang member of the Glazov Gang, Dwight Schultz, who played Murdock on NBC's The A-Team. Glazov Gang members, welcome to the Glazov Gang.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Brandelynn is a new Glazov Gang member. Rob or Dwight, please tell her the rule of the show. You know what?
Why do you do this every
nobody ever
time?
gets it right. Can somebody tell her?
Yeah. What does I don't know the word.
You can check out anytime you like.
But you're always a member. You can't check out.
No, but you need the Hotel California quote. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Okay, Brandelynn? So you're a gang member forever, okay?
Got it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, our show this evening is wrapped in the covering of Obama versus Romney. But we're going to talk about a lot of aspects and ingredients of this confrontation, and it's going to end in November 2012. Before we begin, Brandelynn, tell us a little bit, number one, about the play you starred in against Scott Walker. What was that about?
About. You're Canadian. Okay. Sorry, just trying to break the ice. I starred as Senator Lena Taylor in The Lamentable Tragedy of Scott Walker, which was a very popular show, the hottest ticket in town. This was Madison, Wisconsin.
And it was against Scott Walker.
Well, of course, it was he at
How'd
the
that
end.
work out for you?
Okay, just a sec. So
he
go
hits
ahead.
the pavement at the end, and it was
Yeah.
actually very intelligently written.
Was it hateful or?
No, it was in the style of Shakespeare.
Okay, so you were in this play?
I played Senator Lena Taylor.
Okay, and how does it feel that the whole thing came to nothing, complete failure, and that the people spoke and Scott Walker kicked your guy's ass?
Well, having had personal connections and brushes with Scott Walker and all of his criminal investigation and
That's slander, but go ahead.
okay, well, it's the truth. But anyway, it was a great effort to get the message out to people. People flew in from around the country and waited 5 hours in line to get his message.
We'll get to that, but
Wait.
why did you lose? Why did the people vote for Walker?
Oh, well, I think anyone here knows that we lost because the number of Republicans finally got off their butt, and a lot of the campaign money, we know, came from outside sources.
Okay, one second. Wait,
Wait.
one second.
I want to say
Rob, go
something.
ahead.
I'm from Wisconsin. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm from Wisconsin.
And I can't believe
I'm from
that
Wisconsin.
you just said that
Yeah.
Scott Walker is
Yeah.
correct.
You
I'm
know
just
what?
like shaking.
Well, shake away, because here's the thing. First of all, I want to point out, I don't typically pick on the left or the right for patterns, but I will say this, because I know you do. I'm kind of tired of hearing the left always complaining that they got their funding from somewhere else. They got their funding from somewhere else. First of all, where your funding comes from is somewhat irrelevant. The fact of the matter is, Wisconsin elected Scott Walker, and Wisconsin is a historically progressive and democratic state. Wisconsin has also been a highly pragmatic state, and voters know what's best. Watching the country, watching states, watching the world collapse with economies incapable of dealing with living up within their means, Scott Walker had the guts to say, when it comes to public unions, not private unions can do what they want, public unions that taxpayers pay for, you don't get the right to collectively bargain. You don't get the right to hold us hostage, to give you pensions and extra salaries and all this stuff. It's not fair to the taxpayers as a whole, and we're sinking this state. And you guys, the recall effort, went after him, said we're going to bring him down, it's all over, written all over the walls, and the public bounded back and said, you know what, this sucks in a way.
Okay,
it sucks in a way, but the public is a recall.
Rob, one second, thank you.
To make a recall.
Rob, thank you.
Sorry.
I'm going to let you respond, Brandelynn, but let's let Dwight into this.
Well, listen. First of all, I couldn't have said it. A roach.
You throwing a roach?
I couldn't have said it better. The SEIU, I mean, absolutely sensational and absolutely dead on. This was a staged event. The SEIU brought in, what are the millions and millions of dollars. They brought in teachers and doctors, lied, got out of their jobs and came in and made a mess of the state capitol. And it's
Madison, our capital?
Wisconsin.
That's
Wisconsin,
our
yes.
capital.
Yeah, it is your capital, but you're not supposed to crap in it. And that's what you do. And what you went there for was you wanted something for yourself, not for the people, all of the people of Wisconsin.
Okay.
Just the selfish nonsense that the unions are demanding around the country. But Rob said it better than I did, and he's 100% correct.
Okay, thank you. What are you doing?
It's time because it's time that I talk because it's just like I thought you were asking me a question. It's a barrette. It can actually go like this, but it's just a watch to remind everybody that we should all take our turn and give time.
I see. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well,
do you want to first retract making fun of my Canadian accent?
How about we get to the point here? Come on.
Okay, go ahead.
I think the Canadian accent is hot. You know.
Thank you.
If
Go
you want
ahead.
to talk about it. Anyway, so I respect your opinion, and especially the fact that you're from Wisconsin, and I know how you must feel. I don't know your education level. I don't know your background whatsoever, except for I've briefly been told here. And so I'm wondering, are you thinking of a bunch of hippie liberals camping out there, clogging things up like plaguing people's commutes like gnats? And are those the population that you're trying to talk about? Because there are a lot of other people that were there, you know, intellects, children who can't afford their medicine anymore. I mean, what would you say to the little child that says, that's okay, I'll survive without it? And you know that it's fatal for them.
Well, wait, are you saying that the people that elected Scott Walker are
By the way, Wisconsin has a very, and we'll get to Obamacare, I think, at some point in this gang episode, but I think Wisconsin has a very good healthcare system, and it's dealing with a lot of things.
It's badger care.
But that said, badger
Wisconsin
care.
State badger care.
But that said, and we can get to that. But that's not what you avoided. The core issue with Scott Walker went in on.
What is your
Unions, which I'm a fan of unions to a point.
Yeah.
Well, unions did their great job in coming in and protecting workers when they needed it, but they've turned into, when you look at it in Los Angeles, where we are, the Democratic mayor of Los Angeles had to turn against the school unions to try to reform the schools because he basically was like, you only care about what's good for you, not what's good for education, and that's the problem with public unions.
Okay, wait, let Dwight go and then you can go.
From the educational standpoint, you just have to say that we spend more money in the United States per capita on children, although we don't actually spend it on them, but we do spend, we put more money on children than in any other nation in the bloody world, and we get less back for it because of unions. Okay. Unions have, well, they're not what they once were. They have become, let's face it, they've become part of something called the Progressive Party. Okay. That's what they've become.
Brandon, would you like to respond?
Well, I guess you're just basically telling me that it's the union part.
That was what started it.
Right.
And you haven't really addressed that, because that's what the crutch was, where all the people said, you're going after that, they're going after unions, you're going after us, they're going after, he's trying to destroy it, he's using it as an excuse to shut them down.
Well, the problem with it is that Scott Walker, douchebag, is...
Can we please refrain from that? But go ahead.
Well,
why is he a douchebag?
There was a good election.
But this is the left.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
I know, but you're always calling people names. Stick to the facts.
I know, that's the first name I've called. I threw a roach at someone and I got out my watch. Right. I did not call anyone names.
Well, you made... Okay, go
Canadian
ahead.
is not a name.
All right.
It's a place. Anyway, the point...
Brandelynn, let's crystallize this. In a couple sentences, what is wrong with Scott Walker?
He misrepresents findings from economic studies, and he is under criminal investigation. He went to graduate school with my boyfriend, who's an ex-boyfriend, who's a history professor, and he did not graduate. He didn't graduate at Marquette. He didn't even graduate, and now he's cutting his salary.
Okay, just a second. Somebody's under investigation. Nothing has been proven. No court of law has proved it's been, and nothing's been proven. The majority of people in Wisconsin kept him in. What do you have to say to that?
Well, I have
That they're all bought
You
by
can't
money?
say everything. We're bought by money. They voted to keep. No one put money in their pockets. No one said, "Here, you can all have $5,000 if you vote."
He
They voted
confused-
it back in.
Twice they voted for
Now you're
it.
saying all
He
Wisconsin
confused
voters are
voters.
stupid.
Okay,
Okay,
They're
how did he confused? You're saying the voters are
So
confused?
now the voters are too stupid
No,
to know what
he
Okay,
they're
let her
tried
say.
to. There is evidence that he confused voters, and
Wait,
What does that mean?
Wait, well, how can you go after the voters made a choice twice and you're saying they were too stupid to know what they were doing?
No.
After the first time you guys said they were
Okay,
too stupid,
let her
they're
go.
gonna be
Let
wrong.
Brandelynn
I'm
go.
sorry, it's just like you're blaming
Okay.
everyone but the...
Okay.
It's like you
Brandelynn, go
are
ahead.
so unable to let me finish my sentence that you're not gonna,
Oh,
you're
finish,
not
we'll be-
gonna
Go ahead.
learn anything, and I'm not gonna learn anything from you if we can't communicate.
Okay.
He won because Wisconsin had an unexpectedly high number of voters, obviously. Donors from outside the state, which you don't like to hear.
I don't
because
care
of
where the
funding.
money came from.
It was obviously he's the first governor to survive a recall. What do you think about that? I mean, he went to strip Wisconsin public workers of their collective bargaining.
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
And he
Just
succeeded
like-
at it.
He spent 45.6 million or something, and it could have been spent 17.9 million.
You know what,
Okay,
Bob?
wait, let Dwight go.
Can I just one comment on the public money thing? Just one comment, you know?
I thought you already covered that.
You know what, I'm going to cover it again, because I heard you say something, and we'll get to this, you said you're going to talk about Planned
Please
Parenthood
let
type
Dwight
things. No,
speak.
hold on, about Planned
I
Parenthood.
never said
Hold on.
Planned
No, not
Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood, about reproductive services, whatever. When there's
It's
a
not
battle,
whatever, they're
when
different
there
things.
is a battle that liberals,
So
when you
unintelligible.
have a battle that you want fought, you don't care that the money's coming from somewhere else. You take the money where you can get it from to make your case. Doesn't matter. The money didn't make people vote a certain way.
Okay.
They chose to
Please
vote
let,
twice for the
thank
same
you,
guy.
Rob, thank you very much. Dwight.
Just from a practical standpoint, the people of Wisconsin voted Walker in, and the unions tried to overturn a duly elected governor. And the people of Wisconsin were forced, because of a lot of selfish individuals, they were forced to go through the whole process again and elect him by an even greater margin. So there were two elections, and most of the issues were all fraudulent to start with.
He's fraudulent.
Even
Okay.
Roosevelt didn't want public unions to have a collective bargaining because you hold people hostage. You hold the state hostage. You hold all the citizens hostage, and everyone saw it day after day in Wisconsin.
Okay, let Brandelynn go. Go ahead, Brandelynn.
I guess what's not being addressed, and I guess it's a liberal thing, what's not being addressed are the people who aren't able to get their medication, pre-existing conditions, seniors.
What does that
What does
have
that
to
have
do
to do
with him going to the unions?
Because that's part of
Okay.
him. He's still the person that's being voted in, and we don't want that for that reason as well.
Okay,
What-
ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, we're gonna. Can we take that up when we do the Obamacare stuff?
Yes, we will.
I think, because
Okay,
I think
yes,
you
we
know,
will.
because it's kind of a red herring.
Well,
We-
people have different reasons for voting and not voting for a candidate.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of the first segment. We'll raise this in the second segment, but let me ask you this. Some people think that Walker defeating this whole recall attempt signified that Obama is in trouble. This is going to start a domino effect, and this is a sign that the Republicans are on their way to victory in 2012. Any truth to this, Rob?
I don't think so. No, I don't think. I mean, I know that argument. I don't think it hurt Obama. I think other things are going to be hurting Obama, but I don't think this. To me, was about the state of Wisconsin and the population of a pragmatic state saying we are not going to sell. Now, could he lose Wisconsin? Yeah, I mean, there's a number of battleground states that could go up, but I don't think the voters of Wisconsin are going to vote for Romney because they voted for Walker. They voted for Walker because of what Walker was doing for the state, and I think they supported it twice.
Okay.
I still think they could vote for Obama if they had.
You know, I'd like to see this, an independent that's defending Walker. Brandelynn, what's the significance here in terms of 2012, the mood of the country?
I plead the fifth because we'll get into that.
But you are a little bit depressed that Walker won.
I just can't believe that you are from Wisconsin and you know the loyalty there. You know that the Packers are there.
Dwight, go ahead.
You know,
I think the people, especially the unions, finally got to see that Barack Obama wouldn't stand by his word when he said he would be on the picket lines with him. And I don't think it's going to have an effect. You know, the people in Wisconsin are not going to vote for Romney because of that. But I think it's the beginning, you know, because, you know, the youth vote? Walker got the youth. I mean, the youth.
Thank you.
Man, he got a lot of young voters to vote for
Okay,
him.
Brandolin, what are you doing?
I'm just taking a
problem.
sedative, just a mild sedative, that I wouldn't be able to get if the health care.
She just committed a crime by offering me that.
Join us tomorrow evening for the second segment
I thought I
of the
saw
Dream
you
Team
popping.
Glazov Gang, where we discuss Obama versus Romney coming up, and we'll discuss Obamacare and try to get to illegal immigration and other issues. See you then. Good night.